What's up, EFD squad, and welcome back to Scout Report. With the January transfer window hitting new levels of crazy this season, here are 5 players who could still be on the move this month. Due to the ever-changing nature of the football market, by the time you're watching this, some of these transfers could even have been finalised. So, don't shoot the messenger. 5. Andy Carroll. We begin with a transfer that may raise more than just a few eyebrows. West Ham's Andy Carroll has been linked with Chelsea, who seemingly aren't satisfied with their striking options of Alvaro Morata and Michy Batshuayi. In summer 2017, the Blues tried and failed to sign Fernando Llorente, a player who thrived under Antonio Conte at Juventus, and it appears the Italian coach is still in the market for a target man despite Morata's obvious ability in the air. And the English striker doesn't necessarily guarantee goals. Over the past 2 seasons, Carroll has scored on average 0.4 goals a game in the league, compared with Llorente's 0.5 and Morata's exceptional 0.8. Furthermore, Carroll doesn't actually score that much with his head. Since the start of 2016-17, the 29-year-old has put away just 3 headed goals in the league. To put that in perspective, Morata has dispatched 12, nearly half of his overall total, while Llorente has put away 8. But the West Ham man is nevertheless an effective tool in the attack. Standing at 6'4", Carroll is a master at destabilising opposition defences and also at helping his own, winning a whopping 8.7 aerial duels per 90, which puts Llorente's impressive 5.7 firmly in its place and almost doubles that of towering centre-back Virgil van Dijk, who's on 4.5. Meanwhile, his success rate in aerial duels is also a more than decent 58%, especially when compared with Morata's 48%. But Carroll really does fall behind in creating. He lays on just 0.8 chances per 90, nearly half that of the Spaniard, and as a result has notched up a total of 1 assist since the start of 2016-17, compared with Morata's 8. Valued at around €20 million, Andy Carroll is a risk Chelsea could probably just afford to take. Whether he would be of any worth to Conte's side, however, is up for debate. 4. Justin Kluivert. Ajax wonder kid Justin Kluivert is fast becoming one of Europe's most sought-after talents, and German giants RB Leipzig are rumoured to be planning a swoop for the Dutch youngster. Still just 18 years old, the left winger made his debut for the Amsterdam club in 2016-17 and repaid Peter Bosch's faith in him by scoring 2 goals and nabbing 4 assists in 14 league appearances. And the teenager has stepped up his game in 2017-18. At the time of recording, Kluivert has already matched his appearances for last term and has already bagged 5 goals and 2 assists. And it's no surprise the youngster has been more productive in front of goal. Compared to last season, when he was pulling off 2.2 shots per game, he now manages 2.9. That is a significant improvement, especially when you consider he takes 1.8 of those from inside the box. Kluivert is also a sharper shooter than he was. In 16-17, just 43% of his attempts hit the target, whereas in 17-18, this figure has risen to a highly impressive 58%. One area which has dropped off slightly is his chance creation. He now lays on 2 per game, compared with 2.3 last season. However, this is still pretty much the same as Memphis Depay was managing when he was bossing it for PSV. Somehow, Kluivert is still valued at just €3 million by Transfermarkt, but we reckon should this prospect leave Amsterdam for a bigger club, the asking price would probably be at least 10 times that figure. 3. Mauro Icardi. Inter Milan talisman Mauro Icardi is never far from the top of football fans' wish lists, although so far he has remained loyal to the club he leads on the pitch. However, with a number of high-profile transfers already completed this January, we wouldn't bet against the Argentinian leaving the San Siro. Icardi has been constantly linked with Real Madrid, and was even the subject of a fake social media storm linking him with Liverpool. In truth, he'd be an asset to any of Europe's top clubs. The importance of the Inter-captain to his club is no secret, and even during the Nerazzurri's improved performance under Luciano Spalletti in 17-18, he remained indispensable. At the time of recording, Inter have played 20 league games, and Icardi has started all of them. Furthermore, he has only been subbed before the 85th minute mark on 1 occasion. And it's no wonder. In his 20 starts, the 24-year-old has netted 18 times, and so would provide the perfect antidote to Real Madrid's striking conundrum. While the Argentinian is averaging over 0.9 goals per 90 in the league, Ronaldo and Benzema are managing less than a goal every 2 games between them. Unlike Ronaldo, Icardi puts a high majority of his chances away. Of his 3.2 shots per game, an astounding 2.8 come from inside the box. Not only this, but he hits the target 72% of the time, which is even more impressive when compared with Robert Lewandowski, whose accuracy stands at 55%. This leaves the Inter captain with a 29% conversion rate, hitting the back of the net with almost a third of his chances. Ronaldo, meanwhile, currently stands among Europe's lowliest strikers, scoring with just 4.3% of his shots. In November 2017, Icardi's agent valued his client at €200 million, a very hefty sum, but in the post-Neymar market, probably what Real will need to spend to guarantee a world-class goalscorer. 2. Javier Hernandez. Javier Hernandez may have been at West Ham for less than 6 months, but rumour has it the Mexican striker could already be on his way out of East London. Chicharito is allegedly being courted by American outfit Los Angeles FC ahead of their first season in the MLS, and if he were to make the move, would join up with his countryman Carlos Vela. Despite his troubles at the London Stadium, Hernandez is well equipped to take Major League Soccer by storm, and at 29 years old, there is still life in the goal poacher. Having scored a career-high 26 goals in his first season at Bayer Leverkusen back in 2016, Chicharito's form has dropped off considerably at West Ham. At the time of recording, he's netted just 4 goals in 20 appearances in 2017-18. Despite this, Hernandez has still scored 0.4 goals per game over the course of his career. Impressive for a player who was limited to mainly substitute appearances at Man United and has rarely been called on to take penalties. But nevertheless, it's clear the little P needs a change of scene. With Arnautovic and Andy Carroll ahead of him in the pecking order, Hernandez has been without a goal in over 2 months, and chances don't seem to be opening up for him either. He takes just 1.9 shots per 90, compared with the 2.6 he pulled off in his Leverkusen heyday, and puts less than half of them on target. Still rated at €18 million, around the amount West Ham paid for him, Hernandez would no doubt be a marquee signing for the MLS newcomers, and he would gain much needed confidence from being one of the league's foremost players. 1. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Borussia Dortmund's striking sensation Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has seemingly been linked with a move away from the Westfalenstadion for eternity, but January 2018 could finally be the time it happens. The Gabonese forward has been strongly associated with the transfer away to Real Madrid, China, and most prominently Arsenal, and it could be his last chance for a move to a bigger club. Aubameyang is 28, and although he is still in his prime as a goalscorer, his form will surely start to wane after he turns 30 in June 2019. And in the case of Arsenal and Real Madrid, his firepower would be an invaluable asset. Over the past 2 seasons, Aubameyang has scored on average a goal per game. That's the same as Alexander Lacazette managed at Lyon, and while his 0.5 average at Arsenal is still decent, it won't have them challenging for the Prem anytime soon. Dortmund's talisman pulls off a whopping 3.9 shots per game, way more than Lacazette's 2.8, and even more impressively, nearly all of them come from inside the box, 3.7 to be exact. Add these high-quality chances to the fact that he manages to put 56% of them on target, and it's no wonder his scoring record is as outrageous as it is. And while Aubameyang does not possess the dribbling skills of Lacazette, his take on success is a lowly 22% compared with the Frenchman's 70%, he is still able to find the right positions from which to lay on opportunities for teammates. He creates 1 chance per 90, respectable for a striker in his mould. Maybe him and Lacazette could form an unlikely partnership. Aubameyang is valued at around €60 million by Transfermarkt, and it's understood that Dortmund rate him at a similar price. For a goalscorer of his calibre, that is far from a rip-off. So that was 5 outrageous transfers that could still happen this month. What did you think of the candidates? Was there anyone we missed out? Let us know, as always, in the comments below. Now, if you've enjoyed this, why not check out yesterday's Stat Wars and, of course, Football Mundial, where you can see this beautiful face. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe.